Well, I started using Prepare-Enrich back in the 1980s, and I found it as a clinician just to be a really good marriage counseling instrument and premarital because it was so comprehensive. It looked at all the different areas that couples really struggle with sometimes, and I really liked also the emphasis on strength. It identified strength areas as well as growth areas, so it gave a couples an encouraging view of their relationship as well as then the areas that I as a counselor could help them work on. It's gone through 4 revisions since that time. It's in 5th version, and each time it's gotten even better, I think, in terms of what it offers. Now, from a standpoint of a counselor educator, that one of the things that I'm very concerned on is making sure students have access to scientifically sound tests. There are like a few thousand psychological assessment inventories. A lot of them haven't really been scientifically validated, so that sometimes they give you inaccurate information. And from a standpoint of scientific soundness, Prepare-Enrich really has the ingredients we look for in spades. That in terms of a norm group, some of the better tests have a norm group of 1,000 people. The norm group for Prepare-Enrich is 250,000 couples. So the norm group is great. Other things we want to look for are standardized administration and scoring, and it has that. It's all done by computer now, so everybody gets exactly the same introduction. The third thing is it needs to have standardized interpretation, and again, the training causes people to always give the same interpretation, whether they're a marriage mentor in Boise, Idaho, or a licensed marriage and family therapist here in West Palm Beach. Fourth thing is adequate reliability. That is consistency in terms of how consistent the results are, and it's got reliabilities in the 0.85 range, and then validity. That is it accurately be able to predict or tell you how healthy or how unhealthy a couple's relationship is. And again, the validities are in the 0.85 range. So from the standpoint of those 5 things that we look for to make sure a test is scientifically sound, it is really, really strong that way. Now, the last the last major reason that I use it in counselor training is that when people take the marriage counseling class, oftentimes they're really scared of doing marriage counseling because they've been trained how to counsel with an individual, but the idea of counseling in a relationship, especially maybe a relationship where people are struggling, they oftentimes are very scared of that. And the Prepare-Enrich training gives them some structured exercises to do with clients so that they get over their fear and they realize I can do counseling with couples as well as with individuals. So by the time they've taken the course in which I train them in Prepare-Enrich and then I actually have them do it with one couple, oftentimes the feedback is I'm starting to feel comfortable working with couples, and it was a really positive experience.